Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together. The topic today is, who is Allah? It's a question we keep repeating, but no Muslim can answer, which is very strange, because if you are a believer in a God, and supposedly your God, his name is Allah, when somebody worships someone, don't you know who is he? Don't you know what he is about? Any Muslim? Okay. Well, there is a Christian, he wanna prove me wrong. I don't know, something. Let us see who is this guy. I'm interested now. See what happened when you are bored? Anyway, so what is the guy? His name is Empire something. He said he wanna call. Is he here? Are you there, Empire? Where is the Muslim who said they want to call me? I was hoping that we will go live again, and those who said they want to call us, they will call. I did not drink it yet. I'm waiting for the tea to get darker. I like dark tea. It's hot. Yeah, well, as long he fled, no problem. But I did took some screenshot, because I know we will talk about what he said in the coming video. You know, those kids, they copy paste from each other, and none of them he knew even what he's talking about. But they can succeed with someone he know nothing about Islam, and someone he know nothing about Christianity. Like, yeah, sadly, there is many Christians, they are Christian by name, and there is many Muslims, they are Muslims by name too. Then the only opportunity for those people is to make an argument in front of somebody you do not know. Muslim Empire says, Matthew 27:110, Judas hang himself now. Let us look at Act 118. With the payment A he received for his wickedness, Judas bought a field. B, they were filled and headlong, his body burst open. So he's saying, which one is true? You idiot. If somebody hanged and nobody take him down, his body will, in Arabic we say raba batnahu, exactly what happened to your prophet. When your prophet, he died, the hadith says, qad raba batnahu. What does that mean? Your prophet belly became so big like a pregnant woman. Why? Because when you die, if nobody take what is inside you and wash your stomach and what is inside you, the bacteria are going to develop a gas, and that gas will make your belly keep bigger and bigger, and if you are hanging for a long time, your body is already decay, and then your body will burst. You might even your head get loose, and fall down in the ground, and people, they maybe bury you, maybe they don't, and if nobody want to touch you, then yes, your belly will burst. So both are saying the same story, but one is saying the most important thing, he hanged himself, it's mean he died, that's it. What happened after death, in Matthew it doesn't say, but in the other book it says. So very silly argument. Now I can ask you the same question. As long we mention your prophet, his belly, according to Muslims, according to Ibn Abbas, according to the cousin of your prophet, that the prophet, when he died, his belly almost was going to burst from the gas. And then if we go, we find that in the hadith it says that your prophet said, that we prophet of Allah, our body will not decay. Here we have a problem. Not the one you are talking about. You know, one is saying how he died, he hanged himself, and one is saying what happened after he hanged himself. As simple as that. Here we have a prophet, he claimed to be a prophet of God, claiming that messengers, they are exceptional. In which way? Their body is forbidden to be decayed, and earth cannot consume it. Then when your Muslims say that the prophet, he stink, the hadith says, يَأْسَنُ كَمَا يَأْسَنُ الْبَشَرِ, he stink as all human beings stink. إِدْفِنُوا صَاحِبَكُمْ, bury your friend, he stink as all people stink. So how Muhammad he stink as all people stink, and then Muhammad he say, and this is sahih, as you see, you cannot say to me this is weak, it's not true, the game, you know, the game of weak, and you know, the whole game, the fancy game. This is sahih, or very authentic. So when Muhammad he claimed that even when he is dead, angels will bring the prayer of the Muslims to him. Well, isn't it Muhammad is just a prophet? Why the Muslim will bring the prayer of the Muslim to him? And how one man can receive 1 billion human being a prayer? He must be God. Correct, people? Like Jesus, when he said, every two of you mention my name, I will be between them, which means he will be the third between us. That is an act of God, because you cannot be everywhere, every two of us. So like now me and someone here, you know, here in USA, and someone in China, and someone in Japan, and someone, like how many of you we have now? You know, we lost like almost half of the number. I don't know why. Didn't we tell the people that we are going to go live again? Why people did not come back? I don't know. So if every two of us mention the name of Jesus, he will be between us. That is impossible unless this person is saying, I am God. But when Muhammad said, you know, pray on me, for your prayer, not a blessing, this is false translation, is going to, you know, display in front of me, submit it to me. Isn't it the prayer of a human being will be going to God or to Muhammad? Any Muslim? Is Allah is Muhammad? So when you pray, your prayer will go to Muhammad, and Muhammad is dead. The Muslim, they said to Muhammad, but excuse me, the companion, they said, Messenger of Allah, how can our prayer be submitted to you when your body has decayed? He said, Allah forbade the earth from consuming the bodies of the Prophet. If this is true, then we should have all the bodies of the Prophet preserved. Have you actually called or asked for a debate legally? I don't know what legally mean. That's very funny. What legally? Debate is a debate. Even this one had to be legally. Yeah, I know. I went in a Facebook, which is his page, Facebook. They said you have to bring to me 2,000 people, something, fly with you, etc. You know, this was a long time ago. But what does Zakir Naik have to do with this? Zakir Naik is not even. Zakir Naik he's just a joker, you know. Zakir Naik is a joker. The guy, even Muslims don't approve him. Like the guy when he said the word hur mean female and male. Find me one Muslim he agree. Just one. Nobody. This guy, but you know, the Muslims, they support each other. As long as this person is defending Islam, they support him, regardless how stupid he is. All right? But I like the word legally. Yeah. So anyway, our topic is, if Allah is not a spirit, you know, many Christians, like Muslims, they say to you, many Muslims, they repeat the same lie to you always. When I say Muslims, I'm talking about those we see in YouTube. not, you know, general Muslim. Most of Muslims, they have no idea what Islam is about. When they say to you, we have the same God. Okay, if we have the same God, hey Christians, can you help me? If a Muslim, he says to you, we have the same God, what do you say to him? How you answer, do we have the same God? Even you might find somebody, he claimed to be a priest in a church, and he said to you that the Muslim worship the same God. Yeah, there's many idiots. You see, the God of Islam is not a spirit. Christians, is your God is a spirit? Is he or he is not? He is, right? So if we have the same God, then we should have the same nature of God. And this is like, I don't know, you know, my English is not good, as you know, so excuse me if I'm not using the right word. The essence of God, I don't know if I can say that word, I'm not sure. I mean, if God, the nature of God is not the same, my God is a spirit, your God is not, so how we can be having the same God? And the funny is, there's millions of Muslims, they don't know that Allah is not a spirit. If you remember, there's a guy, his name is Nightmare, he's from Morocco, he speaks Arabic, he's not an Arab, I mean, they call them Arab, Moroccan, but they are not Arab. So, this guy, he is so excited, he called me, he challenged me, etc., he wanna get me busted, and then he said to me, Allah, yes, Allah is a spirit, you are lying. I said, no. He said, you are lying? I said, no. He said, no, I am lying. So anyway, to make the story short, he looked at the moon and he looked at the prophet, he looked at the moon, he looked at the prophet, he looked at the moon, he looked at the prophet, he looked at the moon, he looked at the prophet, and then he come to the decision that the moon don't look good like the prophet. So the guy, he said, okay, you know, he came after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and he admitted that he was wrong. Allah has no spirit and he is not a spirit. So how, like if you see this guy, his name Sabil Ahmed, a sneaky guy, you know, he said, you know, we have the same God, my friend. We have the same God. My God have a son. Is your God have a son? No, my God have no son. Okay, so we don't have the same God. My God is a spirit. Is your God a spirit? No, my God is not a spirit. So how we have the same God? I mean, what's wrong with them? And you will notice very, very simple thing. Like we have a Muslim here. Okay, let us see.
You are gone, Christian Prince.
Speak with your normal voice, please.
Yeah, this is me, bro.
Okay, who is?
Well,
You are a Muslim, right?
I'm a Muslim, yes.
All right. What do you want to say to me? You know, do you see the title of the topic?
Yes, I see the title of the topic. It's about Allah's not a spirit.
Right. So what is Allah?
Where unequivocally does it state that Allah is not a spirit and that He's got
I
a
have
body?
it. I have
I'm
it.
open. I'm open-minded.
No
I'm
problem.
open-minded.
I am not
Yeah.
open-minded. You are open-minded. No problem. So here in front of us, this is Islam question and answer. And this is the question
Yep.
number 44276, saying, I am debating with a Christian, obviously this is me, and he said to me that God has a spirit. My question, does Allah have a spirit? The answer, no.
Okay, why is that?
In front of you.
In front of
Allah,
me.
it says here, this says,
Yep.
the spirit or a soul is not one of the attribute of Allah. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Allah is not a spirit. So what is Allah?
Oh, I don't know. Oh my days. What? What? Yeah, I did see something on Speaker's Corner where it said Allah must have a left hand, so He must have a right hand. Because it says Allah has a right hand or something. And it says Allah must have a right hand, so theoretically He must have a left hand, and He must have a back, and He must have a front. And that really threw me off guard. So yeah, that's really added to that. Cool.
True.
That
But
is very, that is.
Allah, first of all, he don't have a left hand. Allah have two hands, and both of them they are in the right side.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Are you really a Muslim, or you are just playing a game?
No, I'm a Muslim.
So can you say the Shahada?
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
All right. Just I want to be sure, like because some people
Yeah, of course.
they play games. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Let us see the hadith that Allah have two hands and both of them they are in the right hand. Let us see.
Among the most excellent of your days is Friday, so invoke many blessings on me on that day. For your blessing
No,
will be
I'm showing you
submitted to
now.
me.
I'm showing you different. I'm showing you different
Oh,
now in
okay,
the
the live
screen.
stream.
Give me a second.
All right,
Yeah,
the live stream's a bit
yeah.
behind.
Here we go.
Among the
This is it
most
says.
excellent.
It says, and both his hands are right hands. And this is Sahih Hadith.
What? It's Sahih, Sahih Muslim.
No, this is An-Nisa'i, but it's Sahih Hadith. I'm showing it to you on the screen.
Oh, Sahih. Behold, the dispenser of justice, we sit at the pulpits of the lap. Oh, no. When both of his hands are right hands. Oh, so theoretically, if he has a right hand, he has a left hand. Oh, no.
No, he
no,
don't have.
no.
Both his hands are right hands.
Astaghfirullah. No. That.
Well, maybe he have a birth defect or something. Maybe when he was in the stomach of his mother, she fell down from the bed. The hand moved to the other hand and became together in one side. You never know.
Do you think that may be allegorical, not literal?
Well, it can be, no problem. But all the hadith says that Allah have hands. There's tons of videos, and the Quran says that, and the Quran says Allah have a shin, and Allah will show His shin. And there is our a friend Fifi. He have a video. He is explaining how Allah have hands. He said Allah have hands. What we can say is, if Allah saying hand, you cannot say we are kuffar because we believe in what the Quran says, and the Quran says both hand of Allah.
Oh my man, I'm not a debater. I'm just some boy from London.
I'm not saying you. I'm not debating you, my friend. We are just having a conversation. I'm not debating you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not challenging you. I'm not. When I'm debating, I act differently. So as you see, I'm just having a nice conversation with you, drinking tea together.
Yeah, drinking tea. I've got British tea. I don't know what you've got.
I drink halal tea.
Oh,
yeah.
Halal tea.
Yeah.
You're not very halal.
No. Yeah. So what do you think? Who's Allah? I mean, so Allah is not a spirit.
Allah. Oh yeah. Okay. Personally, I think because we have spirits down here on earth. We have spirits in a soul and a body. Up there, I don't know. See, Allah never said unequivocally He has a spirit, and it's more of like a body kind of thing.
No, actually, the Quran. You see, the Quran is a very weird book, and the Quran, because it's trying to copy from the Bible, it comes through many, let us say, copy errors, because the author of the Quran trying to make some change in the copy he make. So the Quran mentioned many times that Allah He said the word ruhana. Ruhana mean our spirit.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, so how Allah He says we send, ruhana, our spirit, as it says in chapter 19, verse number 17. We send to her our spirit, and the Muslims sometimes they translate it as we send Jibreel, right? But that will not work, That's funny, because if you want to say Jibreel, He would say the word Jibreel. He did not say it. I mean, can't Allah say the word?
He said. So He said He was sending His spirit, but He sent Jibreel.
No, the Muslim, they say in their interpretation, they say this is Jibreel.
So if it's Allah's spirit and the Muslims say it's Jibreel, it must be an attribute of Allah to be Jibreel. Oh my God.
That will be wrong. And at the same time, you see, when in the Quran it says, chapter 15, verse number 59, And when I fashioned Adam and I blow into him from my spirit, then they went down and became, and they bow down to him. So how Allah, he don't have a spirit, and then he blow into Adam from his spirit?
So that's contrary.
Yeah. So if the spirit of Allah is Jibreel, then the one who created Jibreel is, I mean, the one who created Adam is Jibreel.
Astaghfirullah.
Because the one who if my spirit, you see, if I say I fashioned mud, and from the mud, then after I fashion it, I blow off my spirit. Okay, Muslims, what is the spirit of Allah? They will say to you, Jibreel. But that means that Allah himself is not the one who created Adam. The one who created Adam, the one who gave him life, because the spirit is life. Spirit is a power of life, right?
Yes.
When somebody die, his spirit come out, right? We call it soul when we speak about a human. So his soul come out. Why? For this is the power of life, and then what is left? A dead body. Okay. So if Allah created Adam by breathing into him of his spirit, what is coming from inside Allah? A spirit. So why is inside Allah there is a spirit? His Jibreel was inside Allah?
Oh, listen, that is twisted. Oh my, I don't know. I don't have any answers, man. I'm just sitting here respecting you because you're older and you're an elder to me. So I got to respect what you say, and I'm listening. It's good. I like what you're saying. Well, I don't like what you're saying, obviously, because I'm Muslim. But
see, my friend, it's not about respect here. It's about, this is what it says in front of you and me. We are speaking as adult. So if Allah has no spirit, so what is inside Allah is a spirit. How that is inside Allah there is a spirit, but Allah is not a spirit? Is Allah like a box and he have a spirit inside him? When he blow from his spirit, from my, this is what the Quran is saying, وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. And then this is the translation says, and I breathe into him. The translation breathe is close, but it's not too much. It says وَنَفَخْتُ, which means I blow. So I blow in him from my spirit. Okay, wonderful. So when Allah, he breathe and blow of his spirit inside Adam as a fashion made from mud, Allah, he blow what from inside him? Spirit. The spirit is inside Allah. Okay, so that means Allah have inside and he have a space inside him.
Oh man. So it's Jibril, according to Muslims, their logic is Jibril, or us Muslims, but Jibril is inside of Allah.
Well, when they say that the spirit, because when they say that we breathe into Mary, Allah, he breathed into Mary. The Muslim, they say,
I've seen that.
Okay, we say the word Ruh. Allah, he sent Ruh al-Qudus. They say Jibreel. We say, okay, when Allah, he sent his spirit to Mary, they say this is Jibreel. So when Allah, he say my spirit, obviously it's Jibreel. Otherwise, I change the Muslim to tell me what this spirit is. Who is a spirit? I breathe into him of my spirit. Allah has no spirit. And we showed you the Muslim website fatwa saying Allah has no spirit and he is not a spirit.
Yeah, and so what is he? If they're going to give him manly characteristics, so obviously he's a man. Oh man.
But he cannot be a man. He can't be a man because simply he have no spirit too.
Yeah, it's like some Mormonism thing.
The mumia, like the one the old Egyptian, they have like the dead body. They put some material to keep it for 1,000 of years. So Allah sound like this. He have he's an empty inside him, but inside him there's a spirit, but the spirit does not belong to him. I mean, it's not him, but it's inside him. He called it my spirit. He own it.
Do you think the right hand of Allah means like Allah is given, like it's a symbolic representation?
You see, you can say whatever you want. If when somebody want to play games, he can play. But all Islamic scholars, you can go right now and search in YouTube. You will find tons of Muslim scholars saying that Allah, have hands.
I've been watching Hamza Mayat, Hashim, Muhammad Hijab, and people like that. Like Hamza Mayat's my favorite.
I don't know those guys are not scholars. Those scholars are just those are kids. We are saying scholars. So the Muslims who they have a good knowledge in Islam, they will say to you, you know, Allah, even a dummy like Zakir Naik, they agree Allah have hands. I can go right now and search in YouTube, and you will find many Muslims. You said you live in England, right?
I live in the UK, London.
Yeah, okay. So let us try to find you something. Uh, this is a Muslim kid. His name is Fifi. I don't know if you heard of him.
Fifi, okay.
Yeah. He said, this is a video. He is debating a Muslim Shia, I am thinking, you know, because this is a video posted by Shia here. He was debating the Muslim Shia, and he said the following about Allah have hands.
Really?
Again, what do the Jews say? They say
Well,
the
I'm
hand
Ahmadi.
of Allah.
I'm Ahmadiyya.
All right,
I'm
the
not
hand
like
of
Sunni
Allah.
or Shia.
No, hold on. This is not
Specifically, they
Ahmadiyya.
say
This
the
is
hand
guy
of
is a Sunni.
Allah is chained. Allah
Oh,
responds,
I'm an
no.
Ahmadiyya.
Sorry?
I'm an Ahmadiyya.
Oh, you are an Ahmadiyya. You are not a Muslim Sunni?
No, I'm not Sunni or
Oh,
Shia.
okay.
No.
Well, Ahmadiyya, you know, Ahmadiyya is not a, you know, I mean, Ahmadiyya are they are Muslims, but they have a new form of Islam. Let us say it's weird. Like, you know, the Ahmadiyya, they say that Ahmad Mirza Ghulam, he was married for 3 years and then he became Jesus. And you know, and this guy, he died because of his diarrhea. So I mean, Ahmadiyya is a cult born of the cult of Islam. So it's an Islamic cult. So, but
Yeah.
generally speaking, Muslims, they, you know, when we talk about Muslims, we mean the majority. Ahmadiyya is just a cult coming out of Islam, have many crazy stuff. Like, I mean, who in the world want to believe that I used to be married for 3 years and then I became Jesus? And then he, you know, okay, and then the Christian, they brought for him people in a wheelchair, people who cannot walk, people who they are blind. They said, okay, if you are Christ, we'll do what Christ do. Here we go. This guy is blind. This guy, he cannot walk. This guy, etc. So he opened the door of his house. He found like 100 people in front of him. They are sick and they need healing. He closed his door, and then later when he died because of diarrhea. I mean, he is the Messiah, and he himself died because of diarrhea, which is obviously poo-poo, you know. So Ahmadiyya is not for me. It's not even, you know. It's more stupid than Islam itself. Like it's something born of stupidity. So it's more stupid. Now this guy here, Fifi, he said that Allah have hands, but Mimi, he's from UK too, you know. He said Allah have no hands. Allah have no body part. Who said so?
Both his hands are
Yeah.
extended.
I can't see it on the screen. I paused it.
What does this mean?
Oh, you're not live
Now,
streaming
here's
it.
the issue, Yashie. If you don't want to accept this, that's fine. If you don't want to accept this,
Oh, well, man, that's a lot of information to take in.
Yeah, anyway,
And you showed me all the
I
evidence.
can post the link for you anyway. So anyway, my friend, you are for me. I don't know what to say to you, but Islam obviously is a funny cult, and Ahmadiyya is more funny. What I will say to you?
Oh man, I don't know what to do now, man. Because my parents are Ahmadiyya as well, and they're quite violent.
Your parents are Ahmadiyya and they are quite violent.
Yes, and it's usually a peaceful in the mosque, and everyone's peaceful. But my parents are like different. They're very rough. You understand what I mean? So I'm quite scared to like leave my religion or something.
I don't know. You are a man. How you are scared? It doesn't make sense for me.
I'm only 16.
Oh,
I'm 16 years old.
Oh, you are 16. Okay. Well, my friend, 16. You should not be calling me. I mean, you are underage, and I thought your voice sounds like you are. I don't know, maybe 27, 28.
Yeah, I know. But I just needed some guidance, so I just decided to call you.
Anyway, my friend, I do not know what to say to you, but obviously Islam is not a religion to follow. Thank you for calling me, my friend, and I will pray for you. That's you will find the truth
Thank
and
you.
you will leave Islam. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
He is 16. Nothing much to say. Well, this is what he said. I don't know. Do we have any Muslim who tell us who is Allah? What do you think? Well, you know, regardless of his age, I mean, he learned the truth, and the truth is Islam is false, and we said that to him, and obviously he agreed. But I don't want to speak to someone, he is 16 years old. You know, like once the Muslim, they call us a guy, and you know, you have a life program in YouTube. He's young, and they start playing games with him because he's young. Zakir Naik, he got the Saudi honor. Well, no, he is not approved. You see, they will not allow him to teach in Saudi Arabia. You know, you see, when somebody, the Muslims, they have organization who make support for those who spread Islam. So if this guy is able to spread Islam, then they will honor him. Yeah, why not? But he is not approved. You know, they consider him Muslim Sunni, but they will not let him teach in any Islamic university in their kingdom. Which Saudi Arabia government will allow him to teach? Nobody. But because nobody understands anyway what he's saying, the majority of the Saudi, they don't even know how to write, how to read, in their own language. John Carl, he's saying, why you don't show your face? So you Muslim, you are posting pictures saying this is me, and yet you say to me, show your face. So this is stupid. Is that me or no? If it's me, it's mean you saw my face. If it's not me, that means you are a liar. And why you wanna show me my face? Show you my face? What on the screen, CP? I understand. Why you wanna see my face? What that will help you? Is the Quran written in my face? Is the answers of Allah? You know, I mean, people are very silly, and I don't know, people are very weird. Why don't ask God to show His face? If you will not accept anything will be said to you, well, then you should be atheist, because okay, well, hey God, show me your face. If He did not show you His face, that's mean that, you know. So yeah, we go back to our topic. If Allah is not a spirit and He has no spirit, Allah have hands, Allah have legs, Allah have face. So what is Allah? Sam Shamoun, he saw his face. He's good looking. I am not. If one day I want able to, you know, do plastic surgery like Prophet of Allah Muhammad, then I will show my face. Very, very weird people. Any Muslim want to tell us who is Allah? Yeah, you know, they claim that this is they claim that they post a photo and they say this is EP. Okay, well, that's mean you have my face if this is me. So why you keeps asking me to show my face? Hypocrite. Is it me or not? If it's not me, then you are a liar. If it's me, then you have no right to ask, show me your face. Yeah, you know, let us not to play like kids. You know, like someone he say you want to debate you, you are running away. We are running from them to the point we have our pal talk open and we are waiting for our one to call us. I mean, do you see how much we are running away? No, after all the waiting, you know, Muslim, they promise us they will call and debate. And now what we get somebody here is 16 years old. With my respect to him, I'm not, you know, but where is the adult Muslims? Takbir Titan, yes, Takbir Titan, what is your question, my friend? Let us go back. Takbir Titan, why you don't call me Takbir Titan if you are a Muslim? Oh, okay, he said here, let us take a screenshot of Takbir Titan, what he's saying, and try to read it. Smile. All right, this is Mr. Takbir Titan saying the following. Let us make it big. How come Jesus said in your gospel of Judas, no generation of people among you will know me? Why don't you read the book? You know, Takbir Titan, you know, when somebody says something that Jesus said something, do you know where Jesus says that? It's just a question for you. You said in the gospel, can you tell me where it says that? So we can read it together? I want to learn from you. Give me the verse. I will put it in the screen, and then people, they will start laughing at you. What do you say? Titan. Are you there? Are you there, Titan? See, I don't know how to answer you because obviously you're a genius. I don't know what to say. I mean, that's it. I'm done. Do we have a Muslim? Thank you, Apostle. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm asking him. Can you show me from the Gospel of Judas what he is saying? Gospel of Judas. You are not a Christian? A Christian? You don't know Gospel of Judas? It is not? Is not what? Hold on. Text is jumping like crazy. Okay, he's not talking to me. I don't know. So, I'm waiting for you, Mr. Takbir Titan. Don't you want us to read the verses together, my friend? So, I want to put the verse in the screen so we can read it together. Anyway, copy paste nation. Next. Any Muslim? I like the other guy. He said the word nikah is in the Bible. Where? In the book of Matthew. Where? Chapter 5. Where? Verse number 31. This is the verse number. This is the translation. This is first. Translation is translation. It can have errors, it can, etc. It's translation. However, we cannot find what they say. It's a Photoshop editing. Yeah. Next. Who is a nice Muslim would like to call us? We want to have a nice, peaceful conversation. We don't want people who scream and shout and call names. We want to have like another discussion. Anyone? Who is Allah? If we go right now and search in the internet, who is Allah, we will find million articles, but none of them says who's Allah. They say to you what Allah He does for living, but they don't say who's Allah. They don't know. Who's Allah? They say to you there is he's one. He's one God. Okay, but who's Allah? It's God who is one God. I'm so glad He is one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not seven. Who is He? Do you know? This is a website. It's called Discover Islam. I just searched in. Oh, this is a book. I thought this is a book, an article to read. It turned to be a book to buy. Hold on, forget. Huh. Whyislam.org, a Muslim website. Who is Allah? If you read the whole article from the beginning to the end, you will not learn anything about Allah. And they brought you a guy, he is an Arab guy who made an article, and he made it so hilarious when he explained who's Allah. The proper terminology used in Islam for God is Allah. So its terminology is not a name. Then he says, Allah means one God. Where do you get this from? So if Allah means one God, so why the Arab thought that Allah have 3 daughters and they are goddess? Then why this question keep repeating, have you been there, have you been there? If I've been there, that will make any difference if I was there? Don't repeat the same question. Anyone will keep spamming, my friend, we'll give you time out. We have a topic, If I go to Mecca and Medina or I don't go, what that difference will make to you? I will have different battery. So Allah mean one God. Where do you get this from? You see, and if you go to different website, you will see that nobody agree with this. So what the Muslims they have, everybody have his own idea about this Allah. Some they say to you, he's the creator. But this guy here is saying Allah mean one God. Well, the Arab, they speak perfect Arabic and they used to worship Allah and they are pagan and they believe Allah have 3 daughters. So how the name mean Allah is one God and then yet they believe that they have goddess and they are daughters? Any Muslim? Allah mean one God? So if I ask you who you worship, you say to me, I worship one God? I'm glad you didn't worship too. I mean, look how silly the answer is. No, Mecca now, they are allowing non-Muslims to. I saw videos of American and etc. They are Christians and atheists, mostly I think atheists. They went to Mecca because the crown prince, he opened the gates, you know, for all non-Muslims to go to Mecca. So now you can do tourism. Actually, Saudi Arabia, they are promoting tourism, advertising for it to go to Saudi Arabia. You know, but I mean, it's a big mistake to go. So Allah have 3 daughters, and this is a name exists by the Arab before Muhammad. So Allah cannot mean one God. And even if it's mean one God as he claimed, so who is Allah? Why you call him then Allah? So can we change the word Allah with the word one God? Can we? Can we go in the Quran right now and we take the word Allah and we put, each time we say Allah, we put the word one God? Let us try to do that. And you will see the Quran will turn hilarious. I will type the word Allah in the search engine. Okay. All of this is one Allah, one God. If you try to take the word Allah and replace it with one God, you will die from laughing. Joanne Carl is saying Allah is God who is being eternal, but that will not change anything. Who is Allah? Guys, do you see how much they have no idea? I did not ask you if he is for living forever, or he will die next year, or he died already. This is not a question. Who is Allah? Secondly, when you say he is being eternal, what the Quran is eternal? Is the Quran is Allah? The Quran, according to Muslims, is not created by Allah, and it is eternal. Notice, Quran is not created. Quran is eternal. Even Muhammad, he claimed that the Quran will come in the judgment day as a man, a fade man, like a man who is dying, like a ghost. He's scary. The Quran is the word of Allah, may be exalted, and it is not created. So the Quran is not created. The Quran is eternal, and the Quran and Allah, both they share the same thing. They are not created according to Muslims, and they are eternal. Okay, so now we have two God. See, I went with you. You said to me, Allah is eternal. Quran is eternal. Nowhere it says that in front of you. Here we go. I'm showing you. This is your Islamic scholars, and this is what the Muslims believe. If you don't believe in that, you are not a Muslim. You can ask anyone. Actually, the punishment to believe that the Quran is created is death, and you are apostate. If the second you say that, you can go and read Islamic books about it. How many people get killed just because they thought the Quran was created? One of the caliphate, he slaughtered a big sheikh, for he did claim that the Quran is created. In the day of sacrifice, the caliphate, he says, today I'm not going to sacrifice for you a goat or a camel. I will sacrifice this. And he got the man tied up with his hands, and he slaughtered him like a sheep. Just for one reason, he's a Muslim, he's a big sheikh. Just because he said the Quran is created. So when you say to me, nowhere does the Quran say that Quran is uncreated, that's because if you're ignorant. Because how the Muslim, they come to the conclusion that the Quran is not created unless it says there somewhere that the Quran is not created. Let us read the answer, and you will see that they give you an answer. You see? When the scholars here, they say to you why the Quran is not created, they are giving you the reason according to Islam. They are not giving you a reason according to the Christian books. This is the question. You see, you asking me why? Because it's in front of you. Or did you read the page? Read the page. They have a long, here we go. This is a fatwa, long in front of you, that the Quran and the Muslim Sunni, the Quran is created, and the Muslim Sunni, they don't agree with anyone he say the Quran is created. The second you say the Quran is created, you are not a Muslim. So now we have what is Allah? No answer. They don't know. Not a single one of them he knew what he is worshipping. The Arab before Islam, they used to worship Allah. When the Muslim, they say to you, the pagan Arab, do you know that the pagan Arab, they worship Allah? Actually, he is their biggest God, and Akbar. Akbar is God, Allah is God. Anyone? Anyone? Any Muslim? Didn't know. And look now, by saying that the Quran is not created, now we have two divine, two eternal. One, his name is Allah. The other one, his name is Quran. And here you see Moma asking a question, which I find it a good question. Let us put it in the screen. Oh, we lost the question. Hold on. For some reason, where is the question of Moma? All right. So Moma said, if the Quran is any created, why it need abrogating? How Allah abrogate the any created Quran? You see, the whole idea of any created is very weird, because when Muhammad when Allah he made a verse that any about the wife of Muhammad, they are fighting with Muhammad, and Allah he sent a verse for him saying that if they don't stop fighting with you, you can exchange them or divorce them, or Allah will replace them for you, exchange them with better women, and if they don't repent, Allah and the angels and etc., they are going to support you. Okay, hold on. So if the Quran was exist since ever, that's mean the story of Aisha and Hafsa fighting with Muhammad is written in the Quran before all mankind and all the earth is created. Correct? So what does that mean? Allah he wrote billions of years ago that Muhammad will fight with Aisha, and Aisha will say to him this, and Muhammad will say that to her, and I will say this to Muhammad. What a funny scenario. And then he put it in a tablet. So Allah he have the abrogated Quran or all the Quran? He should have all the Quran. So how you abrogate the Quran from the whole Quran? Do we have any Muslim? And then, you know, if you go in the Quran more, and the more you start reading, you will find that the Quran, the idea of this Quran, or what the Muslim claim and created, is very silly. Because if you read this verse here, let us see the verse. I find this verse is one of the most funny statement Muhammad he came with, actually. Oh no, let's go to the verse directly. Read and laugh. Remember, the Quran is not created, right? Okay. None of our revelation we abrogate or cause to be forgotten. How you can cause to be forgotten what is any created and it is divine, or it is eternal? And then he say, we are going to bring something better or similar. how it is any created, and now Allah will bring something similar or better. Any Muslim? You see, forget about the Muslim, about the human are limited. Allah is saying He will bring better Quran than the Quran. But if the Quran is unchangeable, untouchable, and even not created by Allah, how Allah will make Quran if He is not making Quran? If He is not creating Quran, how will make Quran better than the Quran? And how the Quran can be better than the Quran? Isn't it Muslim they say there's nobody can make Quran, and now Allah will make Quran better than the Quran? So why Allah? He went to school, he took a class in Arabic, and now he is improving himself, so he will write a better Quran. And then look what he said: I will bring you something better or similar. So why you want to make me forget it if it's similar? Similar? What is the point of this drama? Obviously, there's no Allah. There's no way God He will say such a silly thing. If I cause you to forget my words, why Allah wanna cause me to forget the word anyway? It doesn't make sense. I thought the Muslim they say the Quran preserved, but we find the Quran itself saying no, Allah will cause you to forget the Quran. You see, somebody says, the Muslim says, he called himself Kar. He said, because a human they forget, my friend. It's Allah causing you to forget. It's not you. So why Allah wanna send you a book and then He wanna cause you to forget part or all the book? That is silly. Like you ask the Muslims, where is the verse of stoning to death? They say to you, we know it, but it's not in the book. They say, okay, so why? He said it's abrogated in writing, but not in practice. I mean, if you are going to practice it, shouldn't you have it? Is it better to have it in written? How you practice something is not there. They say, no, we memorize it, but you just said it's not there. Right? Madness. I mean, either it is there or it's not there. Is it or it's not? They have tons of verses. The Muslim they say either is abrogated by recitation. Why you're abrogated by? So it's not in the Quran no more, but we have to practice it. How? Why somebody he need the law, he need to practice the law, and then he take it off from the book? Somebody's asking if he can call. Are you a Muslim? We are typing in Arabic. Anyone? Yeah, Titan, go back in the video. We answer. Yeah, we answer you. You said in the book of Judas, it says this. Can you show us the verse in the book of Judas, my friend? We will go back to you, Titan Khan. All right, this is your question. You said in the book of Judas, the Bible of the Gospel of Judas, the Gospel of Judas. Okay, I said, can you give me the verse from the Gospel of Judas, my friend? I was waiting for you. We have a Muslim on a call, but we will give him just time until we finish with Takbir Titan. Are you there, Mr. Titan Khan? See, in order for me to answer something, You have to give me the book name, the verse name, the chapter number, so we can read it, my friend. I am not, Al-Bukhari. I want to learn from you. So can you give me the book, the Gospel of Judah, the chapter number, and the verse number? Are you there? So now what you will say, I left and you come back after 15 minutes and you will say to me, I am back. I'm talking to you. Can you give me the Gospel of Judah, the one you mentioned? What you are quoting for us, supposedly Jesus said this from the Gospel of Judah. So give us the Gospel of Judah and the chapter number, the verse number, so we can read it, my friend. Are you there? Obviously, he's playing games. Let us call this Muslim. We called him, but it says he need to update. Do we have any Muslim who would like to tell us who is Allah? So, you know, the second you start asking questions about these religions, it's very funny. So look at this. Allah, what Allah mean? One of the Muslim articles saying Allah mean one God. So who's Allah? I mean, the name of the article, which is funny, because no Muslim believe in such a thing. Allah is a name. If you ask this guy, where do you get this information from that Allah mean one God? Where do you get this? Any Muslim agree with him that Allah mean one God? That's what Allah means. Did I get your link? No, I don't. At first, we don't open link. Secondly, you have to give us the chapter number and the verse number. Just say, you said the Gospel of Judas, right? Chapter what? Gospel of Judah. Maybe he do not know. Like, I mean, this is not the gospel. But anyway. Like when we say gospel, my friend, we say the gospel of Luke, we say the gospel of Matthew, we say etc. And in the gospel we have books. Let us say we have topics, we have chapters. So maybe you do not know. Did he give us the chapter number and the verse number? I mean, the text is going like crazy in front of me. I can't see anything. Maybe we should slow down the chat. What's wrong with this chat? Why is it going so crazy? Let us make it slow. I cannot see anything. Okay, now we did slow the chat a little bit. So let us see. Maybe I can see what's happening. All right. Guys, did he post it? What he's talking about? Why you don't call me Mr. Titan? Why you don't call me and tell me what do you want to say? And I'm waiting for him. You see, when a Muslim he make a statement, first you will notice the first thing, the confusion of his statement and his question. We don't even know what he want to say, what he's asking. Like, if I put now what he said to me in the screen, anyone understand what he's trying to say? No, I don't understand. I have no idea. He is going to etc. No problem. He can go wherever he wants. So we need what he's talking about, so we can read together and we can, you know, either he have a point or we will laugh. Doesn't matter. Are you there? Anyway, forget about him. So who is Allah? We go back to zero. Any Muslim can tell us who is Allah? If you say to me who is God, I can say to you who is God. Very easy. I know my God. Who is your God? You say to me his name is Allah. Who is Allah? I think I have a genie. Where is my flip-flap? It's gone. The genie took it. Let us see. No. Any Muslim? Honestly, I don't know what is gone, and I came with it. Where it goes? Here we go. We found it. Oh boy. Flip-flop is like Allah. He says something in the morning, he changes his mind afternoon. If you go and read the interpretation for this verse, you will see that the Arab, they said that, look at this Muhammad, he make an order in the morning and he change his mind afternoon, or by night, in the morning he change it. I'm serious, I can show you right now the reference. If we go to Tafsir, remember this is a chapter chapter 2 verse 106. Let us go. Let us go to English. And this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. Okay, read carefully. When the disbelievers began to deride the matter of abrogation, saying that one day Muhammad enjoins his companion to one thing, and then next day he forbid it. Question: if the Quran is eternal, and if Allah is God, why Allah will make a law and he change it second day in the morning? Any Muslim? What is this? Allah, he decide the punishment of murder is the following. Let us give you an example. What is the punishment of murder, Muhammad? Muhammad, he said, Allah told me this. Okay, what Allah told him? Free for free, slave for a slave, and women for a woman. Crazy. I mean, this is murder. Why Allah need to abrogate it? Did justice change? Or Muhammad change? Is the Quran eternal? I mean, the guy, he make a verse in the morning, he change it afternoon. What, Allah, he noticed this is a mistake, this is stupid? What happened? People, they start complaining, this is very crazy. So if I kill your slave, you kill my slave, not me. The law of equality. I mean, you see, like there's things can we say, okay, things can change for a human being, like in certain time things can apply, but after 1,000 years things is different. We can say that. But this is the same guy and the same day. It's not even a year after. And remember, I'm not talking about this verse now. I'm talking about anything Muhammad he said, and he changed it because he abrogated many things. And that verse, which is supposedly to refute people like me, who was laughing at Muhammad, they say, here, when the disbeliever began to laugh at Muhammad regarding in the matter of abrogation, saying, what they say? One day Muhammad, he enjoins his companions with one thing, and then the next day he forbid it. The next day. So what happened? Allah, he found himself wrong. Do Allah knew that the second day he need to change it? My friend, he need to text me. I don't know how to call him. He need to text me in Paltalk. Joan, whatever his name. I think the slow chat is better. Now I can read the text. I mean, before it was going crazy. Any Muslim? So you are Allah. And now you made Allah. Okay. But why you change it second day? Anyone can share with me? Is Allah wise? The Muslim, they will say yes, sure, he's wise. He is the most wise. Okay. Is Allah all-knowing? They will say he's the most all-knowing. He is the one who knows everything. Okay, wonderful. So why Allah want to make Allah and then he change his mind second day? What do you say? Imagine if you have a king. In the morning he says, actually the Egyptian, during the time of the Fatimi, the Caliphate, the Fatimi, they used to have a guy who he claimed to be Allah. They call him Al-Hakim bi Amrullah, which means his name, that is the title, like a ruler in the name of Allah, by the order of Allah. The guy, he made an order, 7 years, nobody have a candle at night. So people sleep at dark. That's it. The whole country. The whole country. If you light up something, they will kill you. The police go around, the soldiers. If somebody light a candle, they chop his head. 7 years. And then he have, he like a dish. It's called the mulukhiyah. Now they call it mulukhiyah. In the time he was a king, the Caliphate, they call it mulukhiyah, which means royal, you know, king, like the king food. He ordered nobody can eat this food. He come with the crazy stuff. 7 years you cannot. 7 years nobody can walk with shoes. Oh, like what? Yes, he ordered them. That's it. Nobody can walk with shoes. But even this crazy king, he is more stable than Allah. I mean, look, the guy, he make it for 7 years. This guy, he make it for 24 hours. Anyone? Actually, there is a Muslim when I call me, but he could not. It says he need to abrogate. He need to, here we go, abrogate. Sorry, to update, not abrogate. He need to update his paltalk. Anyone? What is Allah? Is Allah is all-knowing? He don't know anything, obviously. Because he is making a law, he changed his mind because he finds it's not right. You see, if Muhammad, he came after, let us say, Musa's, and then he says, okay, I'm not going, you know, Allah told me a different law. I can say, okay, well, in the time of Musa's was a long time ago, and now there is some differences happen. No problem. But this is the same prophet, the same people, the same town. Maybe you have an old Android phone, my friend. I don't know if he's using your phone. I try to call him. Maybe he have old phone. What do you think? Any Muslim? See, this is why we need Muslims to make videos against us, so more Muslims will come and we will talk to them. Anyone? Well, our friend here, sadly, he's trying to call me, but it says he need to update, and it's not working for him. I don't think it's a YouTube thing. Yeah. I'm trying to help him to find a way, a solution. Ishmaelite? What I have to do with the Ishmaelite, my friend? Shakrima. You see, this is a mistake many Christians they have. They think that the Arab, they are the children of Ishmael. And I don't know where they got this from. Is that true? That the Arab are from Ishmael? Who said that? This is a very wrong understanding. Many Christian churches, they teach, sadly, Because simply your priest is ignorant. Isn't it the Bible in the Old Testament says that Ishmael he married an Egyptian women? So Egyptian is Egyptian at that time. At that time, you know, even the Muslims they say that Ishmael he learned Arabic from the Arab of the tribe of Jurham in the age of 14. Some they say 11. So how is an Arab if he learn Arabic from Arab according to Muslims? Secondly, for us as a Christians, or if you are a Jew, there's nowhere it says such a thing. What the Arab have to do with Ishmael? The father is Aramaic from Iraq. The mother is an Egyptian, and he married an Egyptian woman. So how he aimed to be the father of the Arab? And how me, I became Ishmael from Ishmael? You tell me. But it's not your fault. It's the fault of the priest, who they are, copy-paste like Muslims. Once upon the time, a priest, he said, the Muslims are from Ishmael. No problem, my friend. So what? I can be wrong too. Okay, let us see. No, it's not working still. This poor guy trying to call me, but he could not. Go right now to Google and search Ishmael, he married who? The answer, an Egyptian woman. So look at this. Somebody he is from Japan. He married a woman from Germany. Their son is an Arab. Huh. Can you debate Asim? I don't know who's Asim, my friend. Invite him. He's welcome. What I will do, I will go chase people. Is my internet coming fine, guys? I hope so. So do we have any Muslim would like to help us? Ishmael himself is half Egyptian, true. But the father is not an Arab. The father is Abraham, my friend. What Abraham have to do with the Arab? What the language of Abraham? Aramaic. Any Muslim? Do you use to hold a YouTube channel with brother Wahid? No, I mean, sometime I share with them, but no, I did not have. I used to have my own. I like to work alone. You know, for some reason, I don't like crowded, you know, like, I mean, too many cook in the kitchen, the food will be burned. I respect them all, but, you know, I have my own way to do things. You're welcome, Joanne. So, Joanne, do you decide to leave Islam, my friend? Did you decide to leave Islam? Let me know. We will be happy. If you like to call me, feel free. You can add me in Pal Talk, and I will, you know, we can hear you for some time if you like to speak. Yeah, he's a Muslim. What we can do? Muslims are welcome. No, you know, all Muslims are welcome here, and we will speak to them nicely. You see, when we speak in an aggressive way, we speak against those who lie and the bully. You know, the bully ones. I think you said before you are Chinese. Yeah, I'm black, blonde, African American from Japan. Joanne, you said you left Islam, my friend. You said yes, because yes, I don't know what do you mean by yes. Did you decide to leave Islam? Make a full sentence, says I am out of Islam, so we can see it. And it's hard to read all this text. CP, this is my first time going with you. Shalom. You're welcome, my friend. There's only one race. It's a human race. Well, this is true and wrong. Yeah. Yes, I am secretly ex-Muslim. I'm afraid of my parents and hell. Well, no. By leaving Islam, you are, you just change the direction from going to hell to you might end somewhere else. So now I would like to invite you to accept Jesus, my friend. If you accept the Messiah, he'll have no way to you. And I will ask the Christians here to pray for this person, and we pray that his beautiful soul will be received by the Lord and he accept the Messiah, and he will be saved. Islam will take you to hell, not the opposite. The Messiah, he said, whoever believes in me and die will live. Very simple. Yeah, I mean, he or she, I don't know, it's an internet, I have no idea I'm talking to whom. Juwan, you see, because there is some names from different culture you don't know. Let us try again. No, not working. Not working, my friend. Who's next would like to leave Islam today? Who is Allah? They don't know. Where is Allah? No, actually, if you ask Muslims where is Allah, they will give you the most funny answer. He's in heaven. Okay, but where is Allah? Didn't your Prophet Muhammad give you more details? Yes, he gave you details. Let us check out where is Allah. Let us try to find the location of Allah. Which hadith we will show you? Which one? Here we go. Oh, we are typing in English. If you remember, this is the hadith, and this is authentic, where Muhammad, he claimed that angels, they came, they cut his belly, his chest, they installed a dish of faith and dish of wisdom in his throat and his belly, which is very funny, and I never heard somebody believe that faith come in dishes, I mean, this is very weird and crazy. So they brought a golden basin containing water of Zamzam, and they brought me, and my heart was open, and it doesn't say heart, by the way, it says sadri. My chest was open, this fast translation. And I asked him, who was, etc. The narrator says, etc. They open from here to here, mean all the lower part of the abdomen. And then the hadith continue, my chest, not my heart, was extracted and washed with the water of Zamzam, and then restored in original position, and then it was filled with wisdom and faith. Here, you see, they don't talk about the actually. Yeah, actually, here, where is the dish? In this translation, the dish is gone. Where's the dishes? There's no dishes. They took it off. Huh. You see here it says that dishes came. Here actually, the golden. Okay, sorry. Let's see different hadith. Yeah, here you will see they brought a dish. Here you notice that Muhammad, he cannot repeat the same story twice correctly. He add things, he changed details. Like here, the dishes is the one where the faith and the wisdom are. You see here? Where is the dishes? Huh. You see, they are taken off. They are taken off from the translation. It says, فَأُتِيتُ بِطَسْطٍ مِنْ ذَهَبْ مَلِيءٌ حِكْمَةٌ. So they brought to me a dish of gold full of wisdom. I cannot find the translation. It's gone. It's gone. All right. Anyway, if you go down here, Muhammad is talking about his trip going up to the heaven. So they brought him a flying animal. His name is Al-Buraq, which came in from the word thunder. And he took him to the first heaven, the second heaven. I mean, the story is very funny, hilarious. Like, imagine in the front of the heaven, the angels, they say to Jibreel, who are you? Who is with you? Look. And then after they took him with a donkey, it's this animal, Al-Buraq, is bigger than a donkey, and he is smaller than a mule. He sat on it, and with Jibreel, both of them, they are in the top of the donkey, going all the way to heaven. When I reached the nearest heaven, Jibreel said to the heaven gatekeeper, open the gate. The gatekeeper asked, who is this? Who is it? He, Jibreel, said, Jibreel. I mean, this is supposedly the Ruh al-Qudus according to Muslims. He is the head of the angels. And the guy in the door, he do not know him, the angel who is guarding the door. He do not know that this is Jibreel. And then he said to him, who is with you? I mean, what a bunch of ignorant. Right now in the airport, they have voice recognition, face recognition. I mean, they can find out who are you in 2 seconds. This is the angel of God in the front of the door, and now they are asking Jibreel, who are you? Isn't Jibreel coming, going upside down every day? As like they met him first time. But however, the question is, where is Allah, right? So the journey continue. He go to second heaven, third heaven, etc., 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 until he found a house. He arrived to a house, al-Bayt. You see, in Hebrew they say Beit Lahya, Beit Laham. Beit is a house of a bread. And here you see how the Islam is copying from the Aramaic language. So Allah, he have a house. The Kaaba itself is called Bayt, by the way. So Bayt al-Ma'mur, the builded house. Okay, what does that mean? And this house, 70,000 angels were performing daily prayer every day. And when they leave, they never return to it. It's like Hajj. Every day, 70,000 angels, they come and they pray in this house. but always he between bracket, fresh batch come into it daily. Then I was showing the Sudratul Muntaha, the tree in the seventh heaven, between two bracket. This is where Allah he live. According to Muhammad, angels they cannot pass that point. He was able to pass it. It says here that I saw it, the fruit of this tree, resembled the clay jugs of Hajar, i.e. a town in Arabia, and its leaves were like ear of elephant, and 4 rivers originated at its root. 2 of them were apparent, which means in the top, they can see them in the surface, and 2 of them they are hiding, they are running like a spring underneath. I asked Jibreel about those rivers. He said, the two hiding rivers in paradise, the apparent ones are the Nile and Euphrates. What? What is that? Take a heavy breathing. Muhammad, he went to the 7th heaven. And then he found the Nile River and Euphrates. My friends in the chat, please avoid here discussion. We are not here discussing Catholic and Protestant. Anyone will go that far, we are going to give you time out and then we will block you. As you see, the title here have a topic, focus with us, otherwise you are just coming here to disturb us and for a chat have nothing to do with the purpose. All right? Focus with me, please. Let us not go to stupid things. And those who say, somebody says the Catholic, they pray for Mary, this is not true. The Catholic, they ask Mary to pray for them. And what they do, they recite what is written in the Bible. This is what the angel said to her, that she is blessed between the women. This is in the Bible. They are repeating what the Bible says. Regardless you agree with it or not. But don't say things with ignorance, please. Don't say things about the Catholic is not true. And this is what by the way, I hate ignorance. When a Christian, he starts accusing other Christians based on ignorance of somebody who is teaching you false information about different church. And that can happen. A Catholic priest can say something not right about the Protestant, and the Protestant priest, he will say the same about the Catholic, and both of you are the victims. For the devil, he wants to divide you. If you don't believe me, we can go right now to the Quran, chapter 5, verse number 14. Allah, he said, which is the devil, I will spread hatred and enmity between the Christians from now until the judgment day. So my friend, if you are truly a Christian, don't focus in the word Catholic and Protestant. Focus in the word believer. The Messiah, he said, whoever believe in me and I will live. Not whoever a Catholic and whoever is a Protestant. We are not like the Muslims. Whoever believe in me. I can be wrong, but I believe from my heart in Jesus. He promised me salvation. I can be wrong about having an icon. Who of us is not wrong? Still, even that, because I have a good heart, not because I'm a bad person. So even that which you reject, maybe, you know, it's not because he's a bad person, but because he loved Jesus so much. So let us be smart and not to be silly. You know what I mean? United Christians make the devil angry. The Quran in front of you. So any Christian priest, he divide the Christians, he is serving the devil without knowing. Maybe he's a good person, by the way. He think he's like defending the truth, or he believed that this church teaching something. But you know, my friend, if you think about it, neither the Catholic, neither the Orthodox, neither the Protestant believe that a man can save you. The one who can save you, only Jesus, in the three churches. All of them, they have to confess sin. You confess your sin to the priest, as a Catholic, as an example, but the Bible says confess your sin to each other. But confessing your sin to a person is not what make you forgiven. It is God who forgive you. It's not the person. So let us be smart and not to be naive and throw words here and there without knowledge. And there is bad and there is good in every church. The church is people. The church is not a building. The Lord, he says, from their fruits you shall know them. And all of us, we are sinners. Who is here is not a sinner? Put your finger, your hand up. All of us. Right? So, you know, don't throw rocks at people. If somebody following the wrong God, that is the problem. Otherwise, all of us will do the wrong things. You do wrong with your family, you do wrong with your friends, you do wrong with even with your thought. You have wrong thought. So don't claim to be the perfect person who knows everything. Maybe they are right and you are wrong. But you cannot be wrong if you believe in the Messiah. I am the way. I am the door. It's not a priest who is a Protestant. It's not a patriarch who is an Orthodox. It's not the Pope of the Catholic. It is Jesus. The Bible says we have one master. His name is Jesus. If you take any other master, you're just wasting your time. All right. And by the way, many of those who support, you know, they try to divide the Christians, so they come here and they will say the word Protestant and Catholic, so maybe we can make them fight like the naive ones, you know? Yeah. Divide and conquer. That doesn't work with me. So, as you see here, Muhammad claiming that he went to the seventh heaven, but yet he is next to a tree, and this is where the limit of Allah, after that is Allah. But this is Ethiopia, my friend, because the Nile River is in Ethiopia. Abdul Samad, he said, Abdul Samud, Sumad, he said Muhammad have no sin. Well, that's mean he's. You see, this is why those people, they are making fun of the Muslims. They don't know their book. The book says he have sin, and maybe Allah will forgive. Maybe, not even guaranteed. Maybe. So when they say to you, "You have no sin," that's funny, isn't it? This is the Quran. Chapter 48, verse number 2, that Allah may forgive you your sin of the past and the future. Do you see it? So when they say those things, it's a fabrication. Maybe he will be. Even Muhammad himself saying that Allah told him, maybe he will be forgiven. So anyway, so Muhammad, he went to heaven, and then now he is going to where Allah he live, but he is finding the Euphrates River. So what we would do? Where is Allah? Allah he live in Ethiopia. But the funny is, what make it more funny, the Nile River and Euphrates, but Euphrates is in the south of Turkey. So where is Allah? Obviously Allah is so big, and he lived in Ethiopia and Turkey. But this means Muhammad did not go anywhere, because Saudi Arabia is between them. Mecca is between them. You do not need to go anywhere. If Allah lived there, between Euphrates and the Nile River in Ethiopia, well, that's mean Allah he is there. He don't need to go anywhere. Where Muhammad he went. So if you ask them, okay, where is Allah? Now we don't know. Very, very confusing. Was Muhammad really visiting Allah? He never saw Allah, by the way. There's a hadith that Allah he put his hand between the two bones of his back, you know, of Muhammad, and he saw him. There's a hadith saying that. But Aisha, she said, whoever said the Prophet he saw him, he's liar. Claim that word Ruhul al-Qudus belong to Muslims. What is your opinion? Well, you know, when the Muslims they say Ruh al-Qudus belong to Muslims, that means it's written in their book before our book, but our book is exist 600 years before them. Right? I mean, this is silly. I write a book. Let us say I made a book and you made a book, and my book I wrote it 600 years before you, and then you claim that this word, the Holy Spirit, belong to you, not to us. That's amazing. Super intelligence. This remind me, actually, you know, here this kind of argument remind me of the stupidity of Allah. If you remember, Allah in the Quran, which is Muhammad, he said to the Christians and the Jews, why you have dispute about Abraham when you came after Abraham? The one who come after Abraham, he cannot dispute about Abraham, but Muhammad, he came at the end. Chapter 3, verse number 65. Do you see it? What kind of God he says such a statement? This is silly. Imagine you are debating somebody and he say to you, hey Christian Prince, how you can debate me? I'm a Muslim. How you can debate me about Abraham when you came after Abraham? But if that is the argument, that means Muhammadan are the last one to argue about Abraham, because they are the last one who came. Do you see it? All people of the scriptures, Jews and Christians, why do you dispute about Ibrahim or Abraham? Why the Torah and the Injil, the gospel, were not revealed until after him? Well, I mean, this is stupid. So if that, because we are after him, we dispute. If we are before him, we will not dispute. I mean, we don't know him yet. So what do you want? Somebody who is before him to dispute about Abraham? And if you cannot dispute about Abraham because you came after Abraham, that means Muhammad himself, he cannot dispute with the Christians, neither the Jews. So based on this, let us go in order. Who is the one who can dispute about Abraham? Nobody. Neither Christians, neither Muslims, neither Muslim, Jewish. This is what the verse is saying. Right? Any Muslim? There is nothing is called Bible of Orthodox and Bible of Catholic. You see, there's books of traditions, and there is books is not books of traditions. So the word Bible is a word mean book of books. So the Protestant, they say those books we should not add them to the book of books. Those we will put them in the shelf alone. We should not consider them because we don't have enough manuscript. But it's not this, it's not like the Bible, Bible is book of books. It's not a book. But for us, when you say the word gospel, you mean a specific thing. Not a book of tradition no more. Do we have any Muslim? Nobody knows who's Allah. Oh, how long we are here? Nothing. Right? Layla, she said, I must unsubscribe because CP do not tell us Catholicism has different Jesus than the Bible. Okay, bye-bye, Layla. And Layla, I challenge you to call me right now and tell me how Jesus in the Catholic have different from Jesus and the Protestant. You are a Muslim, aren't you, Layla? That's why your name is Layla? Get out of here. The Gospel of Jesus of Mark is the same Gospel Jesus of Mark for Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox. Same for Luke, same for... What are you talking about? You idiot, stupid liar. Jesus of the Catholic is different. How is different? He's taller? Get out of here, potato. Bye-bye. Say hello to Muhammad. Yeah, Jesus in the Catholic is different. Stupid people. Anyway. Like many people, they are deceived and they've been lied to and they repeat, copy-paste like Muhammadan. They don't know what they are talking about. So now somebody told this woman that Jesus of the Catholic is different. Why? How is that? How? No, we know who is Allah. Allah is an old God coming from the old Aramaic language. Al-Lah. Al-Lah. The Muslim, they try to deny that. Al in Arabic means the. However, Al is not part of the name of the God of Islam. So if you go to chapter 1, verse number 1, you will see the name here. It says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. You notice here that the word Allah don't look the same as the word Allah underneath. Why? Because this is not Allah. This is Alhamdu Lillah. Lillah. So what happened to Allah? How the name changed? The word AL is a word meaning God. So the first word was saying Bismillah. And by the way, the word Bism here in Arabic written wrong. So L. Let us write in English. Hold on. L. Lah. But it's not one word. How we can prove that? Very simple. The second verse underneath it says, Alhamdu li lah. Li lah. Li mean to. Let us translate word by word. Alhamdu mean thanks. Li mean to. Maybe we should write it down. To. This is, let us write it in different colors. Hold on. So li is 2, and we will make the line under li the same color, so you understand this is for this. Now la is the name. So what is the name of the God of Islam? La. And now you can go to Google and search God La. That's the moon god. What do you think? Anyone? Who is La? If Allah, his name is Allah, so who is the one you are saying thank to you now? My friend, you are posting, you say to me the Gospel of Judah. When you say the second you say the Gospel of Judah, you are saying this is agnostic. This is agnostic, the Gnostic Gospel. What I have to do with this? I know people are funny. Gospel of Judah 34:5-6. Good luck. Do we have any Muslim? Anyone? When you want to debate somebody, he is a Christian, you debate him about what he believes, not about what you think or you believe. And even the quotation you are posting, what does that mean? What are you trying to say? I mean, what is that? I will show you something will silence any Muslim in any place in the world about Jesus. Yeah, and we respond to Fifi already. Go watch it. See, they try to change our topic. They are ashamed of their lie. When Jesus said, I am from above, and you are from below, I challenge any Muslim to tell me how that can be Jesus not saying he's God. Any Muslim? I am from above and you are from below. Any Muslim, he can, you know, I will accept your interpretation. Any Muhammadan? When Jesus said to us, all of us, I am from above and you are from below, where is Jesus from? Who is a Muslim want to answer us? Anyone? So all the madness you come with and all the crazy stuff you try, destroy in a second. What do you say? Jesus said to them, the Father who has sent me bear witness to me. They said to him, okay. Then they said to him, where is your Father? Jesus answered, you know neither me nor my Father. If you had known me, you would know, you have known my Father also. Let us see, I mean, what Jesus is saying. What does that mean? Remember, he's speaking to rabbis and those who they have knowledge, not like Abduls. They have no idea what they are talking about. Those are the real rabbi. Jesus said to them, I am going away and you will seek me and will die in your sin. Where I go, you cannot come. Where I go, you cannot come. They said, the Jews, they said, maybe he will kill himself because he says, where I go, you cannot come. But that's not true, because I mean, if killing, I mean, you can kill yourself and you can go there too. And then he said to them, you are from beneath, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world. Any Muslim? Have a comment? You Muslim, you say to us, Jesus never said I am God. Where I go, you cannot go. My Father. I mean, the funny, they say to you, Jesus never said I am, you know, but he keeps saying my Father, my Father. Okay. And then he claimed that he is from above. And you are from below. You are of this world. I am not of this world. So what we can do now? Any Muhammadan? So you can claim, you can play all the games, you can say, well, just one verse, one line. This is John chapter 8. Just one line will destroy all your games, all your hypocrisy. إذا like, brother and sister, if you are the Christian, you ask them, where Jesus said, I tell them to tell me one verse in the Bible. It said that Jesus said, I'm God will save me. And this is one example of many. I am not of this world. You are of this world. Where he is from? Any Muslim can tell me? I am of this world. You are from this world. I am not of this world. I am from above. You are from below. Who is a smart Muslim? When I tell me, is Muhammad from above or he's from below? Muslims, is Muhammad from above or he's from below? One verse will make you like go dizzy around yourself and you claim that you and what do? You go about even books we don't approve and books have nothing to do with us. You want to debate somebody, you debate him about what he believes, not what somebody else believe. You don't go and debate me as if I am a Mormon. Why you don't quote something for me from the Book of Mormon then? Right? Doesn't work. Anyway, guys, I think we have enough for today. I hope we did. We know, sadly, we tried to wait for Muslims to call us, and they did not. Today is Tuesday. I don't know, maybe tomorrow in the same time, or maybe in the morning. I'm not sure. We will see if I can go live. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can join us in Patreon if you like, so you can be updated about our coming broadcast. So if you like, please be with us. And as you see, when somebody, if you are a Muslim and a Muslim says to you, nowhere in the Bible Jesus says I am God, worship me, then why the Christians, they believe is God? Then that's very silly, right? I mean, there's billions of Christians believe that Jesus is God, so nowhere in the Bible says that. Obviously this is fishy, isn't it? You know, what do you think? Like, this is, come on, this is something silly, very silly. So if Jesus never said I'm God, so why they worship him then? Why they say he's God? Imagine, I mean, this is the most crazy thing. So don't listen to them. If you want, you see, when I try to show you Islam, I show you what is written in your books. I show you what your prophet said, not what a priest he said, not what I say, because what I say is what I say, is not your religion. Maybe this is my opinion, but if I show you what your Quran says, you cannot say Allah is wrong. You cannot say Allah don't present Islam. You cannot say Allah is not the one who made Islam, or Muhammad is not a Muslim. Right? So when you want to debate somebody in his religion, doesn't matter what his religion, Hindu, Buddha, even he's an atheist, because atheism is a religion too. He chose to believe and not to believe in God. That is a religion. Religion is a group of people believe in something. Atheism is a religion. So you don't debate an atheist about something written in the gospel. That will be stupid, because he don't believe in it anyway. You want to debate him about his belief. So what he believe in Darwin. Okay, show him something wrong in Darwin. But you don't go and say, I want to debate you from the Gospel of John or from the Quran. That is silly. He will use, he can use your book against you, and you can use his book against him to refute you, to refute each other. But you don't debate a person like a person, he is an atheist, you use and you go and you say, I want to debate you. I will tell you what Buddha said. What do you have to do with Buddha? Captain, later, remind us when we come on live again, maybe. Just remind me if we have time. We will go for those verses. All right? So, very simple question before we finish for today. Islam is from God. Okay, who is this God? Didn't know. The Quran is not created. The Quran is divine. Allah is divine. The Quran is eternal. Allah is eternal. So now we have two eternal. Was the Quran exist before Allah, or Allah exists before the Quran? They have no answer. Who is Allah? Didn't know. Allah have hands. Allah have a leg. Allah have a face. What is the nature of Allah? Didn't know. Allah has no spirit, so how we can live? Didn't know. Allah have a spirit inside him, because he said, I breathe into him from my spirit. Okay, what does that mean? He have a balloon, he take a spirit from it and he breathe there, or he have a breathe inside him? No answer. So simply because Islam is a copy of other religions, not one. Some from the Hindus, some from the Buddhas, some from the Persian, some from the Christians, some from the Jews, fairy stories from the Talmud, fairy stories from the, here and there. All of those became a book. It's called the Book of Allah. Alexander the Great became a prophet. A man, his name is Al-Khadr. Why his name is Al-Khadr? He's a prophet of Allah. He drank from the fountain of youth, and since then he never died. And if he sit in the grass, he make the grass green, even if it's dry, dead. If a fish touch the water of the fountain of youth, will come back to life. Those are fairy tale stories. So when we speak about Islam, we speak about collection of religions. Some from the Christians. Here we go. We have a guy, his name is Isa. Who is Isa? We don't know. Even the names are wrong. The Jews, they have a guy, his name is Uzair. He is the son of Allah. Can you show me the verse where it says that? Do you remember the stupid Mimi Hijab when he said to David Wood? He said to him, the Jews, not a single Jew believe that God is a three or God have a son. He said that. But the Quran says the Jews believe in that. So he was trying to prove that the Trinity is a fabrication of the Christians. Right? Okay. And not a single Jew. So he just admitted that Allah and Muhammad both are a fraud. Because the Quran says in chapter 9, verse number 30, the Christian, they say Jesus is son of Allah, and the Jews, they say Uzair is a son of Allah. But when they debate with the Christian, they say, not a single Jew believe that Allah have a son. So the Quran did lie because he's a donkey. He did not know what he's talking about. He watched a debate of Didat. This is what Didat he said in the debate. So he was watching a debate, writing down what it says in that debate. He's going to go to the stage and say, Didat, he said that. Not a single Jew believe that God have a son. And you will notice here it says the Jews, not one Jew, the Jews. The Jews, the Christians, not one Christian, not one Jews. All the Jews believe Uzair is a son of Allah. All the Christians believe that they call Messiah that he is son of Allah. But yet in their debate they say Jews don't believe in that. This is fabrication. This is something came after Jesus. The Christian fabricate. But all of us, we knew that the Jews and the Christians are not too much close. I mean, when we say the Jews, we mean those who rejected Jesus. And the funny is that the Muslims, they say that the Jews corrupted the Torah. The Christian corrupted the gospel. Okay, hold on. How the Christians who don't agree with the Jews, they did not accuse the Jews of corrupting the Torah? Why did not do that? How the Christians waited for 600 years, never mentioned that the Jews corrupted the Torah. And suddenly a guy, he comes from the middle of the egg. He says the Jews corrupted the Torah. And then when Muhammad, he says the Jews, they say Uzair son of Allah. Who's Uzair? Here we go, the Torah is there. Show me Uzair the son of Allah. Go ahead. The Jews said, the Christians said. And then may Allah kill them. You see here it says Allah cursed them. This is false translation. It says qatalahum Allah. May Allah kill them. Not curse them. And here the funny thing, if Allah is the one is talking, how it says may Allah kill them? Change the translator. Just wait to show you the translation, how stupid it is. Hilarious. Look at the translator. Look at the stupidity here. Allah curse be upon them. Is that Allah talking? If this is what it says, for the sake of argument, which is not. Because it says Allah kill them, or may kill them. So if Allah is talking, how Allah says Allah curse be upon them? Obviously this is the one who wrote the Quran saying that. It's not Allah talking if Allah exists. right? Anyway, we are done for today. I want to say thank you all for being here. Don't forget to download our previous videos because we are going to take them down soon. Maybe by tomorrow we will do a little bit of clean. Actually, right now I'm going to take down old videos. I will keep maybe 2 or 3, and feel free to download them before they are gone. And remember, if you like you've been here or you receive an email from Patreon and you cannot find the video anymore, simply search the same title. You will find many Christian channels. They are downloading the video, loading it again in their page. Subscribe to them, so always you can find what is gone from my page. So I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you, and until we see you soon again, Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and God bless you all. Pray for the Muslims. Take care.